Parvez and my co-host Maria Khan from Newzone. Today we are having a debate between the class 8 graders on the general idea of health and hygiene. So I am going to throw my first question. Health and hygiene is the uprising issue of the Pakistan. Do you think it is the government's fault or the people?
I think it's the government's fault because the government is responsible for the upbringing of the country. If the government imposes rules on the people will follow the rules and they won't pollute the environment.
But how can you take the guarantee that people are going to do
Well,
what
if
the
you
government is saying? Because there are most of the laws which the people don't obey.
Well, if you impose strict laws and give punishment if the people don't follow them, then they will certainly follow it because no one wants to.
But in history, it's not never happened. So how can you guarantee?
You can always
When
change
things
something
happen.
it wasn't there.
What?
You can always change something.
Every time the change
Something is better than nothing.
So what you mean is to be harsh on the people and make them follow?
Exactly.
Not actually harsh, but to force them to what they're supposed to do.
There are many
not
things
really
not
being
being
harsh.
followed in Pakistan. People usually don't obey the rules which are necessary. Then how will they give importance to health and
They
hygiene?
don't obey the rules because the government is making them leisure. They don't do anything. The government doesn't say anything. They take money and they leave them. This is wrong.
Well, the next question will be thrown by Maria Khan.
Do you think that you alone can make a difference, or that you need or a whole group of people will make a difference for hygiene? Do you think one individual alone can make a difference, a visible difference?
No, I think that a lot of people would make a difference because the people follow each other. So they like
You
if
said
one
that the people follow each other. So if one of the persons follow this, then the others are going to continue
yes,
following.
but if one doesn't,
But the group has unity.
and if one doesn't,
But
if one does follow something
one
wrong,
individual cannot handle millions of people.
yes,
There's only one.
if one does something right, then one follow automatically. So you try this, please.
It will have.
It
We
will have
are-
unity.
what is the
Our
guarantee?
group.
If you have the same thinking, then the group will certainly have unity.
If one person have the thing, then others are going to follow it.
But it's not.
But
We
if
need
one
a-
Unity can solve all the
A
problems.
single person can make a whole lot of group.
Well, I think the theorem is correct. If one person follows, other will follow. So, how can you say that one cannot make a difference?
Because a group has unity and can do a lot of stuff. If one individual is trying for one thing, he cannot do many things at one time.
So to bring unity, you have to get an idea from one person.
Yes.
But if his
So
way
that
is inspired,
every-
then only others will follow them if his thought is inspiring. If he is right, others will also follow. When
Yes, that's
Yes.
what
one person takes
A
an
broken-
action, the others also follow him, don't they? So people certainly follow the right action. I don't think so they will follow him.
Okay. Now, do you think the government should encourage hygiene more, or the public should encourage hygiene more? Do you think it's the government's responsibility to encourage hygiene, or it's the people's responsibility?
Well, Maria, I think that it's the government's fault because they don't even have specific areas for us to dump the waste. Where would we dump the waste?
But I
What
think
do you
it's
think?
both people's and government's fault. Because if the government is imposing rules and asking people to do, a government is just a representative. But what are actually the people who can make a change? So it's both. If both work together, then only they can make a change. Not government individually or people individually.
I agree.
So do you have specific ideas how to encourage these changes?
The government should build some areas for the people to dump more wastage so that
But what if the
business
people
can't
don't
get-
obey what the government
Well,
is
the government
saying
should
and they don't use the dustbins that are put in
Well, I
every
think
area?
government should bring awareness and show the causes of what they're doing, so the people can
They
realize.
should bring punishments.
Imposing the fine.
They can have billboards to inspire people. So do you think there should be harsh punishments for the people who don't obey the rules?
Not harsh punishment, but fine. But
punishment, no one will obey the
Not harsh but strict.
and high taxes so that the people can obey the rules.
No, only higher taxes will only cause discomfort, so it's better that not to cause them real harm.
So don't you think there should be fines and
But if still the people don't follow, then there should be some kind of serious punishment, because it is really necessary that the country should be
We
like.
should give them a chance. Well, I think that it's the government's fault because there are no dustbins on roads. You don't see a dustbins on footpaths where we.
But again, the government is a representative of a country, and people should also follow these rules, so that because the people are also living it, and they are the first class.
Well, how
And
can
you know
people follow the rules if there aren't any rules?
But the people are
The
like,
government,
There are-
but if people are burning the trash, the government can stop them at least. They can do that way with their-
the people.
yeah. There are dustbins on the
To
road.
overall keep the country clean and green,
People
the
are so
government
good
and
at
people
this
both
thing.
need to cooperate, because the people and government, I think both are the representatives of the
the
country.
main fault is this.
So you all must have heard about polio, which is starting again in Pakistan. Or whose fault is that? Is it the government's or is it the people's? Are the people not giving?
I again think that people's fault is also
I think
because
lack of
yes,
It's the
awareness.
people's fault because they don't get the children
No,
vaccinated.
but in rural areas there are no
not really the people's fault.
So they would provide, the government should provide more like, that's the way it is.
That's what we are saying, that government should provide them with vaccines in the rural areas, so that parents could vaccinate their.
We all know Pakistan is being is in large poverty, and I guess the government really should take some action because people are very poor to get their children vaccinated. Well, in
Well,
my
I
point
think-
of view, that we are getting vaccination from the outer countries, but these vaccinations are diluted. They don't affect anyone.
That's because of corruption.
Yeah.
That's
Then
the
again,
government's
that's
fault.
only because of
That's again the government's
Government
fault.
fault.
Yes.
If they-
So how do you think we can raise this issue?
That
Oh, so
should be
this-
done by government only.
Yeah, by involving others.
No, but
They are-
but
they
people
are-
also have a big hand in this, because they do not only prevent.
If government will encourage it, then only people will do
And if
it.
they show the
If
causes of
they're not encouraged by the government.
Actions against the government, then only the government.
But the thing is that.
So what do you think?
The government should take care of their society and bring more vaccination so that the people can be
And
less
bring the
affected
right
by
vaccination.
pollution.
And
But
stop
But the
it.
thing is that these things are diluted because there is corruption in the government. So I think people should raise their voices.
People should
They should. Yes, they should. The drugs are diluted because of the government corruption.
Exactly.
Not a
And firstly, the vaccines should be proven by the scientists, and then it should be used by the.
But most of our scientists are not that qualified.
Not well educated.
It should be.
Again that.
But they went
But
out
again,
of
that-
country to earn more money. They don't
again-
stay over here.
That is the fault of the government.
pay the
Yes.
money then, na?
They pay less money. That's what it is.
They won't
No.
promote that.
The occupations are in wrong post. People do not have the required education. They need to like stand on that post. So that's why I think that is also the fault of the government because of corruption.
And I think the government doesn't promote them.
So we've come to the conclusion that half the people's fault and somewhat the government's fault. So what do you think? Do you think who is faster to change? Do you think the government should
Government.
change?
Government.
Okay.
Government and the people both.
I think the people, because they are in a large majority, and if they raise their voices, the government will surely take action.
No, I think
Yes,
it's the
they
government
Because the
they
government
are
agrees with the population of
So they are being represented by the people. They are being elected by the people. So if they will take a step, then people will certainly follow them because the government is the leader.
But in
Okay,
every
so-
case,
But
the
still-
people
But
are
if
not-
people obey, then only the country will bring a change.
Yes, they should obey.
People stand for their rights and they can. We select our representatives. So we should take the right decision. We should look at first and then make our decision.
And whatever that government, that leader selects, then we should definitely obey.
We can change the government, but we can't change the public. As the thing we can change is the public's thoughts, their ideas, and their thinking.
The
Because
thing is that
there's
they
one
are not
leader, not
cooperating
billions.
with the government.
But what's the
But the
guarantee
people-
that people will obey the government?
Because they are the ones who are electing the government, so they must. If they are not, then they are fools who are voting.
Yes.
So now we reach a conclusion. It is not only the government, it is the people and the government. So if we maintain hands and put our join our hands together, we can reach to a good and a successful country. Well, thank you for your